Hello, my name is Kirsten Tibballs and I'm going to share with you one of my favourite recipes. It's a decadent but delicious chocolate bar. Pecan caramel topped with a milk chocolate ganache, coated in milk chocolate, then topped with some candied pecans. To start, we're going to place some water, sugar, and I'm going to put that on the induction cooktop and bring it to a boil until all the sugar is dissolved. Next, we add the pecan nuts and we simmer on induction setting 5 for 3 minutes. The pecans have simmered for 3 minutes, strain them. You can really do this with any nut. It coats the nuts in sugar, keeps them crispy, and gives a beautiful flavour on the nut. Place the pecans onto the tray. Set your oven on intensive bake at 160 degrees Celsius. With the intensive bake function, they're going to take 15 minutes. I'm going to place them on shelf position 1. The pecans are out of the oven and have cooled completely. Now I'm going to roughly chop these pecan nuts. Half we will use for the caramel and the other half will be used for garnishing. I'm going to divide these pecans into 2 bowls. We're ready to start the caramel. I love the versatility of this recipe because both layers can be made into a chocolate bar on their own. But I'm going to combine the two to give us that extra layer of decadence and goodness. I've lined a loaf tin with baking paper. Just oil it lightly first and have that ready to go before you start the recipe. In a saucepan, we're going to combine cream, vanilla bean paste, sea salt. Then in a slightly larger saucepan, we're going to place some sugar. All of this is done on the induction cooktop. I'm going to boil the cream first and turn the stove off, and then I'm going to dry caramelize the sugar. Induction stoves are fantastic for creating caramel. They're very fast, so it gives you the perfect texture, flavor, and color. Once the sugar is all dissolved, and I really like caramel, so we're going to do that on induction setting 6. Add in the boiled cream. Make sure you've got a pot large enough because it will boil up and create a lot of steam. We then add in our other ingredients. So in no particular order, we have glucose, honey, butter. We're then going to bring that to 118 degrees Celsius. That's at the right temperature. We next add in the chocolate, mix that through. Bi-carb soda helps to homogenize the fat and the solid caramel. Now that we've whisked that in, lastly we add in the pecan nuts. Whisk that together. Oh, this looks so good. Look at that. Scrape it now into your prepared tin. The bi-carb soda also makes the caramel a little bit darker. Spread that out. Make it as level as possible. This now cools at room temperature. As soon as it's cool, you can start preparing your ganache. Making a good ganache is quite simple. I'm using a local cream, which I'm going to boil, combined with some vanilla bean paste. You shouldn't ever put the chocolate into the saucepan. It's too hot in temperature and you'll undermine the texture and consistency of the ganache. So we always boil the cream and then pour it over the chocolate. I'm using a beautiful milk chocolate which is made from 100% sustainable cocoa beans. We boil the cream to pasteurize it and have the chocolate ready in the bowl. Pour the cream over the chocolate. Whisk the two together. In this recipe, I have 2.5 times chocolate to cream. That consistency of ganache allows you to cut it into individual squares or slices. Keep whisking until all the chocolate buttons are melted and you've got that beautiful reflective finish on the ganache. Pour the ganache in on top of the cooled pecan caramel. Leave this at room temperature, cover it with a clean tea towel and come back in 24 hours to cut it into bars. It's up to you how big your chocolate bars are, no judging here. I'm cutting the bars about 2 centimeters in width. This is so yummy with the textures and flavors, caramelized pecan caramel and that beautiful creamy milk chocolate ganache. We're going to hide it all in a layer of chocolate. Next, we temper the chocolate. I have milk chocolate in the saucepan. I'm going to show you how easy it is to temper with a Miele induction cooktop. Use setting 4. Stir the chocolate continuously until we have half solid chocolate, half liquid. Then transfer it immediately into a bowl. Give it a really vigorous stir. To know if your chocolate is tempered or not, Just dip a plastic scraper or a piece of baking paper in and leave it at room temperature for up to 7 minutes. If the chocolate doesn't set in 7 minutes, it means you need to add a few more buttons to your chocolate and stir them through. Now I'm using what we call a dipping fork, but you can just use a normal fork. And it's good if you have a knife or a little spatula to use to help you when dipping. Place our chocolate bar in, tap it down. You need to have it in a bowl that's not too wide, so the smaller the bowl is, the better and the easier it will be to dip because you'll have more depth. Lift the chocolate bar up, wipe it on the edge, get rid of the excess chocolate on the base, place the bar down and let it slide off. Place some pecan nuts on the top. It's important to have a lot of chocolate in the bowl at the start so that we have enough depth to coat the bar completely. As soon as the chocolate is set, you can leave these at room temperature for a few weeks in a sealed container, or you can serve them straight away. Now, whether these are used as a snack, a gift, or an afternoon treat, they will certainly impress.